listen, I know it's been quite a while. I know I haven't been on very much on YouTube, as you could tell. Some of you who had followed me in my recent videos, well, as you know, I don't have an AdSense account, so I'm gonna get one thing straight here. I don't like how YouTube changes policies, but what I don't like, and I'm gonna be logical here, this is something that has been dwelling on my mind, and there's some things that need to be addressed. As you can tell, what I'm wearing, yeah, that's just one thing I had to address. Other things that have been going on that, me being busy with work, and having that being said, there's always been the biggest controversy that's ever been known. Now, as of recent, I was keeping close tabs on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of, I've actually been watching a lot of YouTube creators, which I'm not going to really muddy it, but I am going to speak the truth. And the big upset that's going on, everybody knows about the the Modern Warfare 4. Some of you who don't know what was going on with Activision and Treyarch and well, not Treyarch, Activision and Infinity Ward. And my biggest thing here, when they say not to reinvent the wheel, you don't reinvent the wheel. I mean, some people know that, some things about Modern Warfare 4, the new one, it hasn't been looking good. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube videos, various creators who have been voicing their opinions, voicing their concerns, the microtransactions, being a former Call of Duty person, which the majority of the YouTubers who make Call of Duty videos pretty much are getting paid through Activision and or Infinity Ward, and that's usually anybody who's doing that is usually a sellout. I believe that the majority of people who do video games, if they're doing it for the fact that they're doing it for the money, if they're doing it streaming full time, some things here I am going to put out. Me being a streamer, as you can tell, I am back on YouTube a little bit here and there, but not a full-time YouTube streamer. Like I said before, my other videos, it's been very interesting that had switched over to Twitch. I know some people might think I'm being traitorous by doing such things like this, but the truth of the matter is here. Okay, I'm gonna get into a couple things. One of them mainly is to do with this new Modern Warfare. Well, okay, I'm seeing a lot of remakes coming out. Like, for an example, the remake to Resident Evil 3. I saw the trailer, it wasn't too bad. The trailer, in my personal opinion, they changed it. The only thing I don't like about remakes is that they're adding hidden stuff, like hidden content that you never saw. But the funny thing is, even though Capcom is making these remakes, okay, the majority of YouTube creators, whether if you're doing Warframe, whether if you're doing Modern Warfare, but the truth of the matter is, I knew from the get-go of Modern Warfare, to jump back to Modern Warfare here, I knew that Modern Warfare was nothing but a recycled version of what it was 12, 13 years ago. The sad thing is, okay, when you recycle maps from older games and you're trying to make it out for free or whatever the case may be for the microtransactions, it does not work out very well. I'm not saying that go ahead and boycott, because I'm on the neutral ground here. I believe that also these certain YouTube channels, which I am going to bring up, one of them happens to be 8 Thoughts. As some of you have not seen any of 8 Thoughts' videos, he's actually speaking the truth about how the Call of Duty community, hardcore Call of Duty gamers who actually played the game for a very long time are up in a tizzy about how bad Activision and Infinity Ward have been placing themselves under these types of scrutiny, scrutiny behavior as far as like when it comes down to Call of Duty. A lot of the newer games, and I will actually be honest here. I had gone to GameStop, and sometimes when I go to GameStop and they have these games that are, well, supposed to be brand new, but the truth of the matter is, a lot of it's getting recycled. Some of these older titles, these old AAA titles, are becoming more and more, when they say remastered, it means it's recycled. There's been kind of a talk about recycling World at War, but, you know, to be perfectly honest, when they usually do the games the first time around, they're better. Just recently, on a recent thing, is there's a lot of AAA titles that are starting to come back out again. You know, back PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 are becoming remastered, and I think that what we're seeing is a trend of things that happened back maybe in early 2000, when certain games were hitting the height. I know From Software right now has somewhat taken a bit of a has kind of retired the Dark Souls games, because they actually did Sekiro, which I haven't even played. I'm not going to play Sekiro, but I also want to get down to the real insides of this and explain something here. Normally, I don't like to talk about it, but my biggest thing I'm going to talk about and breaking it down, you know, I actually been playing Warframe for about a year. A little over a year. Having it, you know, being an owner of my own clan, being an owner of, you know, having all these responsibilities of being an owner of a clan, okay? It doesn't matter what clan you're in. Whether if it's Modern Warfare, which, like I said, reinvent the wheel here. But being, to jump off from the Call of Duty thing here, is something I have to bring up. I mean, it doesn't matter what game you're playing, but the reason why, where I'm going with this video, what I'm talking about tonight, is I want to talk about something that DE had gone and messed up on. For an example, I'm going to give a perfect example here why games are kind of starting to get ruined in one way, shape, way, or another. Hopefully that Rebecca and Steve from DE can hopefully put some light into the subject here. Hopefully that they can actually understand what I'm about to say, and I'm hoping that, you know, nothing else has happened. Well, my biggest concern is here, is not so much I've heard rumblings within Reddit. I've heard rumblings within other sources, through social media, and part of it has to do about the Kuva Lich. There's some people who are okay with it. Some people like the idea of having their own personal nemesis, but in truth and reality, but as far as this Kuva Lich thing, I probably won't be doing the Kuva Lich because, to me, by doing the Kuva Lich, you're gonna have your items taken out and your resources, and that's kind of like with Rebecca and Steve. I think that it makes the veterans of Warframe not want to come back. There's been a lot of rumblings. Veterans have gotten really upset with the fact they don't even like it. The Kuva Lich. I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. The biggest thing, the Kuva Lich is not really a new DLC. It's not new content. It was something that was done prior, way back when, and they're trying to revert back to me, in my personal take, they're trying to revert back to what Warframe was like originally, when quote unquote there was new content. But my overall experience with the game has been fun. I'm still gonna play it, and I'm actually gonna call it good. But like I said, I'm not doing the Kuva Lich because I think that the Railjack is more pressing and the Railjack is going to be more fun. The Kuva Lich to me is kind of boring. I think that was one of the worst things they ever did in the game, actually. I mean, it's kind of like a oops, you did it again kind of thing. So, with that being said, anybody who's playing Warframe right now, whoever has not done the Kuva Lich, I mean, I'm one of them who hasn't done it. I don't want to do it because there's no... I mean, it is kind of lame. I'll put it that way here. There's no gratification for me. There's not anything I can do to get that gratification. Like if people want their stuff taken or whatever the case may be, that's on them. But for me, nah. But anyways, I just, this is your girl Michelle362. I pretty much said my piece about what I felt like, what I feel about video games being recycled, or stupid stuff like the Kuva Lich just showing up somewhere. And that's pretty much all I can really do right now to actually say it. I know my feedback is not, good, but I'm sorry, but I couldn't hold back any more of the discontent I've been having about certain video games and where the direction path of companies are going, like the gaming publishers and everything else. And I'm just gonna have to wait and see how this turns out with the Railjack, and eventually, you may hear it again from me. Who knows? I'll give you my final review once I do the Railjack, and I will give a very good experience. I think on my Twitch account, I will be hosting up a Railjack on Twitch, so make sure to stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later. I'm pretty much done here. Anyways, I'm gonna say peace, love, and happiness, and those who are still gaming and playing Warframe and who have the patience of a saint, I am gonna say kudos to you, and keep doing what you gotta do. Until then, this is your girl Michelle362. I am gonna say goodbye for now, until things are more calmed down on YouTube. So stay tuned for other videos. It's like I said, there's a lot of mixed videos coming out in the feed. as you know, is probably, well, the one thing I will say is I will be moving on location. I'll be broadcasting more on the road, um, probably within a year. So I'll keep everybody posted, and I will check you guys later. Bye for now.